Hello, welcome to my automation stream for today. We're gonna start right away with a replica, and checking through my list, I was, trying to find something that I would be very much interested to do, and I found something that I would fancy today, and it is a 1987 Toyota MR2. So nobody here in chat yet, it seems. That's fine. As far as the MR2 goes, let's see. Okay, there it is. We got a pretty flat nose, so this is gonna be more along the lines of more like this, more like that. I think this will do better. The lower region is very much as it was actually. Then on the rear, let's see, this window, it's actually fine. The rear is fine as is, I would say. Wheel arches a little bit wider. Like that. Windshield. A little bit steeper like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. Anyone here? No? Alright. So now let's start with the... Actually the chassis comes first. It's gonna be Monaco because we don't have any other option. Chassis is probably just steel, I would say. Engine is probably transverse with double wishbones up front and on the rear, probably. If I'm wrong, just let me know. I can change it with just a single click. And then the panels are steel too, aren't they? Or are they plastic? It's a really light car. We can change that later. So what we're gonna do today though, or right now, not today, right now we're gonna be adding some pop-up headlights first. What? I didn't want to move them, I wanted to make it bigger. Not this big though. More like that. Alrighty. Then we're gonna add a badge, like right there. And we got like a vent or something. Wait. I should probably change this a little bit. Maybe 7. Okay, so now sorted things out. We got some indicators, please. Alrighty, right there. And then we got the grill on the bottom, which is basically this one. And we also have a number plate down here. Let's just go with the first one. That is basically all there is to the front, I would say. Then we got a small indicator on the side. Like right there. Gonna refresh my Twitch real quick, and then we're gonna go to the rear end of this car. Oh no, we still gotta put some door handles on this thing. I forgot about that. The door handles are where are they? They're like these, I guess. And we got some vents on here. They look pretty much like wait, give me a second. How do I rotate them now? This way, I would say. And then add a couple of stripes in there. Clone these a couple of times. This one was a little bit out of position though. Alrighty. Then on the rear we have some more vents. Why can't I see my own stream on Twitch? Anyway, I think we're just gonna use these and extend them like so. But where did I can't find a proper picture from the engine cover basically. That is not a stock one. There you go, now I found a picture. Okay, so these are way smaller. A bit wider than that. And a lot shorter. Like this. Line them up, and then we got a wing on here, which is this one's too big, isn't it? No, it's actually fine. That is totally fine. Then we got a black well, grill basically surrounding a taillight. So, well, it's not a grill on the real car, it's a plastic piece, but we are gonna make it with a grill. That's the important thing. It is basically this one. No, not that one. Yeah, I think that's gonna be correct. in size. And then also, wait, does it have? It has what appears to be another grill on the bottom of that. Something like this. No, since I apparently can't place that properly, I'm just gonna leave it and let it be. With that, let's actually put the taillights in. Now, how big are they? They're actually pretty damn big. You know what? Let's go back here. See if we can make this a little bit taller. No, not. We want this to be straight, but go higher up. It doesn't. Well, we're gonna have to live with this then. I'm gonna replace these though with the ones I should have taken in the first place. These ones. You know what I'm gonna... Whoa, what was that? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna place this further up, make it a little bit thinner, make it so it surrounds the taillights, and below that I'm gonna place one of these. Alrighty, that's better, I would say. Then we're gonna put a number plate on the rear. Like right there. And then actually the taillights are a little bit longer, aren't they? Wait, why did it just move the vent on the side? And it did it again. I think this is better now proportionately. Then put this about here and get myself a tail light. Oh, not this one. I need that one. And it goes there. No, come on. Alrighty. That is that. Now what we have is some exhausts. We have some exhausts like these basically. Over here. And then we got some vents as well. Now the vents are going to be made with these, I would suggest. And it's got a weird kind of pattern. Actually, you know what? Let me try something. Get rid of these for a second. Is it this? It's not quite what I was looking for. In any case, now the real MR2 has basically two rows of these vents, or 5 columns, I should say. And since we can only make even numbers of them in the game, because we can only have no vents on both sides, they're always going to be symmetrical. I can only do it with 6, with basically 3 pairs. Wait, those need to be a lot. Wait, that isn't a stock one either, is it? The problem is with searching images for an MR2 is that most people modified their MR2 in some way or another, and you're always gonna wonder, is this stock or isn't it stock? This one though is most definitely stock. So yeah. Well, okay. Let's start at the middle then. Okay, so that's too large then. Delete this. I'm trying to find the right length so I can have 3 of these pairs, and the last one will be in line here with the exhaust, and the middle one will be right at the center. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you just increase the length of each one by just a little bit like that, then it should be totally okay. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Right. That is... Wait, why is the wing gone now? Let's put that back up there. Good. So this is our MR2 aesthetically. Oh yeah, first I gotta go here. What color do we make it? Yellow? Sure, yellow, why not? Rear drive. And then engine. Well, the engine is an inline 4 with a cast iron. I'm doing the 1.6 liter 16 valve build, by the way. It's going to be a 1.6 liter, bore is 81, stroke is 77. It's got dual overhead cams with 4 bars per cylinder and an aluminum head. The internals I don't know, honestly. And this one is the version with 115 horsepower. Okay. So I'm assuming we got a cast iron crank And then probably some steel conrods. They might just be cast though, because the rev limit is it 7,000? If it is, then we might need I-beam steel. Alrighty then, so the cam profile is gonna be somewhere around 40, I would assume. Let's decrease the compression for now a little bit, and it's naturally aspirated. Is this fuel injected or not? The basic 4A was a similar way at camera carburetor, correct? Sure, but we're not looking at the basic 4A engine. We're looking at the 4A GE. It does look fuel injected. It really does look like a fuel injected. Yeah, it can't see any carburetor, so it's gonna be fuel injected. And since there only is mechanical injection here in this game in 1987, that's what we're gonna go with. Regular fuel, I would say. Rev limit is gonna be around 7,000. Ignition timing we're gonna increase a little bit. The headers tubular, and then exhaust diameter is gonna be somewhere around here. Did it have a cat? I think it did. And then two straight for mufflers probably. Or knocking. Wait, what? That is what I wanted. We're making way too little power. $113. We need to make this power earlier though. So how do we do this? 6700 RPM. We need to make it at 6600. There we go. It's still too late, and how much torque does it make again? $131 at 4,800. Oh, actually, we're pretty close to those numbers. Can't do this. Yes. And now we got 4 Newton meters too much. But I don't think anybody would complain about that. So overall, I think we're doing well. Now, transmission. It's going to be 5-speed manual. Top speed is like what, 220 something? Something along those lines. Does it have a diff? I don't think it does. 195mm tires? I think it's got wider tires than that, does it? Maybe it doesn't. Medium tires, I would suggest. If it does have wider tires though, then we definitely need to oh no, wait, we're gonna go here. We got to flare the wheel arches, that's what we have to do. Why is my stream not loading for me? Can't see my stream or, you know, the view counter or the chat or anything. It's just... it's just weird. 215s. Sure, let's leave it at that. Steel rims for the base model, I would suggest. Did it have vented discs up front? I'm assuming it didn't. Well, if it didn't have them up front, it definitely didn't have them on the rear. 260 maybe, 285 up front. Semi-clad under tray if I'm not mistaken. But did it have none? Actually, it probably might have had none. No under tray. Cooling off is going to be lower. This is the 1987 Toyota MR2. 6-liter 16 valve. This is the Toyota or A. Good. No brake airflow. 2 seats. Pretty standard, if not basic interior. Standard cassette, I would say. Did it have any of these? It probably had power steering, didn't it? And then probably anti-lock brakes as well, because it's a Toyota. And actually in 1987, no, probably no ABS. Safety, probably just standard safety. And then suspension wise, standard springs, gas monotube dampers and passive sway bars is what I would go for. And a little bit higher right height, so we can afford to go a little bit higher. And yeah, it's too heavy, so probably polymer panels. Now it's way too light. It's definitely not from aluminium, is it? I mean, the material it is from in this game is kind of irrelevant, because all we try to resemble is the stats, the weight, and with handmade alloy it's closest to the real weight, which should be 950 kilograms or so. We're pretty close to that. Let's see. I mean, obviously it's not a really fast car here. Oh, we do have a wing. We're gonna decrease the downforce of this by a lot to make it faster, really. Gearing is too long, it seems. We don't have very much wheel spin, even on the medium compound tires. That's a good thing. Do we have bottoming out? Yeah, we do. Quite a lot, actually. And we have significant oversteer. So, what do we do to counteract the oversteer? it's moving more and more towards the red line. Let's see, can we make the rear tires? We cannot make him wider anymore? What? There we go. Yeah, now it's good. Maybe what about 205s? That gives us oversteer, but not much. I would say this is better overall. The fuel economy is not that good, but you know, it could also be worse. Reliability, not too great. Because of the engine or what? We get valve float, that's what we have. You know what, let's not worry about the reliability in the game. Actually, 40.5 is just really poor. Even now we only have 43.6. Well, that's by modern standards though. Let's go back and leave it at what it was. 194 kilometers per hour top speed. Isn't that a little bit too slow? In any case, other than that, I think, especially aesthetically, I think we did a pretty decent job. It's not a hard car to replicate, but you can definitely see that this is supposed to be an MR2, and I like that, so I'm gonna interrupt the video and the recording for a second, just so this saves as a separate file. Thank you for watching so far, and stay tuned, I will be back right away.